Hi guys, this is just the next video. The video after this will be the what's in my makeup kit, professional makeup kit video. But I wanted to come to you first just to let you know that it's not going to be like a Zuka Pro, anything like that. I've just moved to a new area, so if you know from my vlog, I'll be starting literally my business from scratch. So I'm not going to give up the day job, nothing like that. But I am going to really focus on trying to bring in business. So for that reason, and I'll show you obviously in the next video, it's just like I got it from beautify.com, and they're really good. They do the big kind of rolly cases as well, but they do like it's like a half section of just of one very big makeup case with a little handle on the top. It's black and silver around the edges. It's quite professional looking, and when you open it up, it has 4 little compartments, but they're not sectioned either, so you do have a lot of room in each compartment. Then it has a depth at the bottom, so you can put in your palettes and stuff, and it's quite easy to take around with you. So that's what I'm going to do. And obviously as my business grows, absolutely I will get a Zuka, but I think as this is going to be what I'm focusing on, and what I'm experiencing is being a beginner makeup artist, having just been certified, that's really what I'm going to focus on. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what you'll see when you see my makeup kit. So that's just about what I carry it in. The other things that you'll see is I do have very low-end things, but I also have high-end products. And I've just written a few things for you guys, just so you're aware, so when you see it, is definitely a beginner's makeup artist kit. So the things that I spend high-end on, and the things that I will, and there's a reason for it. So this was like months and months of saving. It didn't just happen in one day at all. The foundation is what I will spend my highest on, because if your foundation is wrong, if it looks wrong, it's just not going to turn out right. So the foundation that I'm using will be a combination of the Bobbi Brown BBU palette, and that took me a long time to save for, and the MAC Studio Tech Full Coverage. Now what I wanted to tell you about that is that I will be showing you something in the next video that you can use, where it means you don't have to get every product, every foundation colour. So that's the things that I did spend on, was just the foundation, because you just want it to be flawless. You want it to be, you know, if you're doing a bridal party, for example, you want, you know, they may have different looks, and the good thing with the BBU palette is you get concealers, you know, correctors, and the foundations, and they have every colour you'll possibly ever need, so that will last you a very long time. So that was the reason I did that. And I did look a lot online to see what other YouTubers got, you know, what they shared their experiences, but I particularly focused on beginner makeup videos, or makeup artist videos. So the inexpensive things. Now, the thing that's been my best friend throughout all of this has been eBay. Honestly, eBay is where I got my blush palettes, where I got my lip palettes, and where I got my contour concealer palettes before I got the BBU palette. So, and they're very reasonable, guys, and sometimes you can bargain with the person that's selling them, because they may actually have a lot more, and they'll sometimes ask you as well. I've had a lot of people ask me if I put this in as well, and then if you want it for this, and then we'll kind of bargain a price as well. So eBay has been really good. You get, you know, very good contour palettes, very good blush palettes, very good eyeshadow with high pigment as well, palettes as well. So that's really good. Get a 120 or an 88 colour palette, just so that you have every single palette. It doesn't have to be a brand. They never really are. There is Coastal Scents, there's BH Cosmetics, but there's also just non-branded 120, 88 colour palettes on eBay. Very reasonable to get as well. So that's another thing that's very inexpensive. The other thing that I have a little bit of high-end and mostly low-end is lipsticks, because no matter, and lip glosses, because no matter how much they say, they don't actually stay throughout the whole night. So just got these little clear bottles that you can put them in, little clear kind of containers, put them all in, and then you can just hold them up to the lips. You can hold similar to the foundation, you can do that too. And again, there's a few MACs, like in Fire Trick Red, that kind of, maybe 3 or 4, but the rest are all Mally. They're just lipsticks that I found that I thought people would like, and thought that, you know, over time I'll get to know the different types that last and ones that don't. But just from my general experience, I do find that most lipsticks do come off anyway, and you do need to reapply. So that's another thing that I didn't go very high end on. Setting powders, there's transparent ones you can get in the drugstore, anything like that. And once it's transparent, it'll go to every possible colour skin you could think of. Brushes, you can get non-branded. Sigma are very good. and Real Techniques, you don't have to get MAC for every single thing. Sigma are absolutely fine, and again, they're in between high end and not high end, because you can get like the 5 set brushes, but if you want to get the whole makeup artist brush, do save for that, but you don't have to get it all at once either. The other thing that I did go kind of not so expensive on were the false lashes, because you will need those anyway, and you know, I got value packs on eBay, so again, that was something I went to eBay for. Again, you can get the Z palettes and just fill them up yourself. A Z palette is basically an empty palette, and you just put in your own eyeshadows or contours or blushes, and then it's easier to stack in your case as well. So that would be another thing that you'll see. They're not, I don't have too many, I think I have 2, and I'm just starting to fill them as well, so they're not going to be completely full either. There was a couple of MAC shadows that I just wanted to tell you that you may find very, very good for bridal and for prom. And they're £12, I'm not sure about dollars or euro, but in the UK, MAC eyeshadows, the singles, are £12.50 each for the individuals. And just the ones that I find at brides and proms love are, if you want to get a pen and piece of paper for this, are the MAC Wedge, MAC Orb, and they're just the tiny individuals that you can slot inside your own Z palette. So that's MAC Wedge, MAC Orb, MAC Rice Paper, MAC Nylon, MAC Saddle, and MAC Espresso, and they're very neutral but dark, but they're perfect for getting those bridal or if you want a smoky eye for your prom. Perfect, and they're so popular. Honestly, they're the ones that if you can get those maybe over 2 months, 2 or 3 months, and put them in a Z palette, that you'll go very far with that. You'll get very, very far. There's 2 other blushes that I think are very good from MAC. The other ones I will just use, I'll just get in my palette and blush and contour palettes. The blushes that I like are Prism and Blunt. Prism is quite a pink, high pigmented, light blusher, but Blunt is more of for the darker complexions, but you can also use it if you want it as a contour as well. So again, great little pieces to have. Not many at all in terms of blushes. 2 blushes, that's it. From MAC, and I think they're around £20 a piece. I know that's expensive, but it's worth it because you've got 2 blushes for 2 different skin tones, which is perfect. And they do work for in the middle too as well. So that's really just a little bit of information before we get to the actual kit itself. In terms of the foundation, again, I did say it was MAC. It would be Studio Tech, and I only have 2, and I'm going to show you why, because I'm going to show you what I use so that I don't need to buy the rest, which will come in really, really handy for you guys as well. The other thing that I've learned is just if you're really, really serious about trying to build up your kit, I've asked for gift cards when my birthdays come around, things like that. I've asked them, this is what I'm trying to do, can you help me out? And it's also been very good in terms of people just, they were just offering to be models for my portfolio, which was excellent as well. So kind of get that in there too, tell them that what you're interested in, tell them that you're trying to start out your own business, and get your portfolio photos done as well. So the next video will be just what's in my kit, and again, just to expect, it is going to be like a case with a handle. It's quite big, but it's not like a Zuka. And again, I always stress, don't buy a Zuka if you're just starting out and you have a limited client base and you're trying to build. Once you get to that stage, absolutely you'll need a Zuka, but for the moment you'll see what I have in the next video, and it does pack everything in really nicely and perfectly for me. So that was really it. I'm just trying to make sure that I've mentioned the Sigma brushes. That was really important. Things again, false lashes, as I said before, do get them online or get them in your drugstore. I know Eyelure do a very, very reasonable Girls Aloud section of lashes that are quite reasonable here. I think they're like £5 for 4. But Cheryl Cole does her own. Each member of Girls Aloud does their own version of the lashes, and it's really nice. Some are really thick, some are really natural. And that's kind of reasonable, and everybody would know Cheryl Cole lashes really well as well, just because they know her as a person in the limelight. So that's one other thing. Mascara, again, I wouldn't go too high end on mascara, because most girls are going to ask, can they have false lashes put on? So again, don't go too high end. I mean, there's Colossal, there's lots of actually really good Rimmel mascaras out right now, so you do have a good variety there too. And liners, again, Smashbox are very good for liners, but again, the other ones that I do like are the Revlon liners and the Rimmel liners, so I do have some of those. And then basically the other thing that I wanted to talk about was if you do want to get kind of a full range of foundations and your budget allows to that, what I would, starting out, especially if you're starting with MAC or one of the higher end brands, is get 2 lights, 2 mediums and 2 darks. And then you can always mix it up and mix it around, and you never really have to expand, because you have to get used to mixing anyway, so you're never going to come across somebody with the actual exact colour to the foundation that you have. You always have to mix in a little bit. So 2 lights, 2 mediums and 2 darks with MAC or any other kind of foundation that you prefer, that your clients prefer, and that way you're always covered, so you're never going to come across a situation where you don't have anything to put on somebody, which is what you're trying to avoid. The other thing you'll find that I'll show you will be things like the arm mixer, I have some tape that I'll be showing you just for the eyes, hand sanitizer and hand mirrors, and all that will be coming up in my next video. But this was just a little bit of an intro, because I just wanted to tell you that it's not obviously going to be a Maxuka just yet. I am really focusing on the beginner because that's where I'm at right now, and then I do hope to expand obviously, but this was just a little bit of an intro so you know what to expect. I am carrying on with the other requests too, and I will see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.